So then growing up after like high school, you knew you wanted to be in the pros. Was that like a goal for you?
That was always an ultimate goal of mine, and when I grew up in the, I'm an 80s baby, but, growing up in the 90s is when I was really getting involved in sports and like junior high and high school and things like that. You had your Michael Jordans and Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
I was born in 81, so I looked up. We're like just 1 year apart. So, man, I'm right there with you.
Exactly. So, and I did all these sports. I played basketball. I ran track. Track was actually my best sport. And I played football. So I didn't know what I want to do, whether it was going to be a professional football player or go to the Olympics or something like that. But I always had high aspirations of doing sports or something like that after I finished college.
Was it one of your parents or a coach or something that kind of instilled some discipline in you at an early age? Because to get to that level, even close to that level, you have to have some serious discipline.
Oh, yeah. So my dad, I was raised predominantly by my dad. I moved to Dallas, Texas when I was 10 years old. And that's where my dad was at. My dad is a military guy. So he's an Army guy. So you could only imagine the type of discipline there was in my house. And my dad was also an athlete as well. But yeah, so, being raised in a military type of home, was all kinds of structure and definitely taught me how to put in some hard work.
Yeah, for sure. So bring me back to those early NFL days. You actually went in undrafted.
Yeah.
And then how did you you went to Carolina first, is that correct?
Yeah, so, throughout my college career, I had a really great college career, in track and football. And, I was an All-American in track and really good at football. So coming out of college, I was projected actually to be a third-round pick. But a few weeks before the draft, I was traded and I completely, ripped my hamstring.
Oh, jeez.
So I couldn't do any of the pro days or anything like that. So, you see how it happens. Like, my stock just dropped and dropped and dropped. And so I ended up becoming a free agent, and I went to Carolina. And so in order to make the team as a free agent, you're already at the bottom of the list. You got to really impress the coaches and stuff to make a team as a free agent. And, just going back to what you said, that hard work being instilled in me through my dad and raised up in kind of that military type of household. When I stepped into practice, every day was like, okay, I got to beat everybody in front of me every single day. And literally that's what I did. I worked my butt off.
How old were you then?
I was 21, 22.
Yeah. And then you had 2 years in Carolina, and then you got traded to the Patriots?
No, I got traded to the Dolphins. So I went to
the Dolphins.
I went to the Dolphins after that. Funny story is that my coach when I played for the Dolphins was Nick Saban.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Nick Saban at Alabama, all the championships and things like that. But before he went to Alabama, he was a coach in the NFL after he left LSU. And
okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was crazy times. He only stayed for 2 years. He wasn't cut out for the NFL. He was more suited for the college game. But yes, I had a really good time, and it was a blessing in disguise because that's where I met my wife at is in Miami.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so and that was what I met her. We've been together 20 years.
Wow!
So if I never would have got
man.
traded to Miami, I would have met my wife.
Yeah, but then you did end up on the Patriots in 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Now, was Tom Brady there at that time?
Oh, yeah. So I played with the greatest football team there ever was. So I played on the team where we had Randy Moss.
Wow.
We had Teddy Bruschi and Tom Brady. Vince Wilfork. We went 16-0, but that's the year that we lost the Super Bowl to the Giants when David Tyree caught the ball on his head.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. So, working with guys like Tom Brady, did you learn some leadership skills? What was it like being, that's like, being on the court with Michael Jordan. That's
100%.
just amazing.
Yeah, to this day, I mean, like throughout, all the teams and, situations I've been in, I've never seen anyone work like Tom Brady. Quick story is that when I actually got traded from the Dolphins to the Patriots, I had actually just torn my ACL. I tore it in my last game with the Dolphins.
Okay.
And so I got traded to the Patriots, and I had to do my rehab in Massachusetts, in Walpole, where the stadium was. And so I left. I'll never forget this. I left like April 15th. I was in Miami. I had on a tank top and some shorts. I get on the plane. I land in Boston. It's like 20 degrees, like 2 feet of snow, and I'm walking through the airport. I had never been. I had no idea. I was like, "Holy shit, what's going on?"
That's a
People were
different
looking at me
world up
crazy.
there.
So the next day, I have to start my rehab. I have to be there at 5:00 in the morning. Now, remember, this is off season. All the guys are gone. They all, back, away on vacation. And I pull in, and Tom Brady is there in the off season at 5:00 in the morning, watching film. He's working out. True story. I'm like, oh wow, this is how it's supposed to be.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
Now, after losing the Super Bowl, I mean, that must have been devastating, but I got to imagine you took a lot away from it, like, for the rest of your life, because when something like that dramatic happens, you have to try to find some positive, like, well, how can I move forward after something like that happens,
Yeah, but the thing about it is it was more about seeing and actually being a part of what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. Like, the Super Bowl is like the ultimate goal. It's not just about sports. It's about anything could be your Super Bowl, what I mean, individually. So just the work that it took, through, during the season, and the work that it took before the season, and the years and things that then the hard work that it took to even get to that level. That's more so what I took away from it. Obviously, I was very disappointed that we didn't win, but just, to sit back and reflect on, like, wow, like, I made it to the Super Bowl, and like, you think about all the days and all the work and running in the rain and like all these things, like, and it paid off.
Yeah. No, that's so cool. As you were saying that, I just had like the Rocky montage going through my mind where you're like training. Yeah. And then, that is such an awesome experience.